Professional Prep. I'm Arav Tyagi and I'll be instructing this course. So, first things first, go to python.org, click Downloads, and click that yellow button right there. That'll download Python to your device. And if you don't have a Windows, Linux, or macOS operating system, what I want you to do is quickly search up REPL.it. Alright, and once you're here, go to My REPLs and click the plus button. Alright, click Python, name it anything you want. So, once you've gotten here, here's where you're going to be typing your code, and when you press run, then whatever the output of your code is will come over here. Alright, now that you've downloaded Python or set up a REPL account, for those of you who downloaded Python, go to Visual Studio. You can search up Visual Studio Code and just press that download button right there. Alright, and when you're ready, go to your Visual Studio Code download, and what I want you to do is go here. It'll look like building blocks, kind of. It's extensions, and over here search up Python. And when you have searched up Python, just press that install button right there. And once you finish that, then go to File and New File. Alright, and here is where we're going to be writing our code. So first things first, let's save this. We will save this to our desktop and tutorial.py. Alright. And now when you're here, this is where you're going to be coding everything. So to start off, we're going to be learning about the print statement. Print. And then just make sure to put quotes. You can put single or double quotes for now. And then type anything you want in here. Let's start off with hello world. Alright. And you will see that green button right there. Just press it. And there you go. You've run your very first Python program. Now that we've talked about the print statement, let's talk about a few data types. So in Python, there are a couple of data types. One very common data type that you'll encounter is called the string. Alright? String is pretty much what we just put in the print statement. A string is anything that's in these double quotes. Alright? Our next data type will be int. Alright? You probably learned this in math class, but int is any whole number. So, whole number. Alright? Another data type is called the float. And float is any number with a decimal place. So 4.2 would be an example of a float. Alright, those are the basic ones that we will be dealing with right now. Along with those, there are a few other data types like Boolean, which we will also be dealing with in the next few tutorials. And yeah, there's a couple more. So let's quickly start off with print statements with strings, integers, and floats. So let's bring back our print statement. So that would be print with a lowercase p. Just remember to have that lowercase p. It's case sensitive. So print, open parenthesis, and in Visual Studio Code, it'll auto place the close parenthesis, and then open single quotes or double quotes. It's your choice. And type whatever you want. So, hello, my name is Arav. That's my name. And let's run that. We see that right here. Okay? So, now let's incorporate some variables. So variables are pretty much like placeholder data. Alright? So, I'll give you an example. It's easier to understand with an example. So, I'm going to specify a data type. It's called name, alright? And my name will be Arav. Let's make sure to put your name in single or double quotes. So, Arav. Alright? Now, over here, we can just delete the entire double quote. And instead of putting anything in a string format, let's just call the variable name. and something that I will touch upon right now is that you can search this up also. Python is a dynamic language. So in other languages, you might have to specify the type of data type you are using when making it. So instead of this in another language, it would be string name equals Arav. But we don't have to do that with Python. Python automatically recognizes what you're trying to do and does it for you. So we have name equals Arav. Let's specify a few more data types. My grade. So my grade right now is 10th. I'm in 10th grade. And let's specify a random decimal number. Okay? So we're going to specify what we said before, so 4.2. And we're going to call all of those individually. So let's just quickly copy and paste those. Over here we can put grade. Over here we can put random decimal number. And with Visual Studio Code, what I just did there was it's called auto completion. So I just have to type the first few letters, and over here Visual Studio Code uses its intelligence and automatically figures out what I'm trying to do. So once this shows up, I can just press tab and it'll auto complete it for me. Alright, and when I press run, I get all of these numbers. Let's quickly let's quickly clear the terminal, and here's all the numbers that we get. Alright, so let's make this a little easier to read. So what we're touching upon here is called concatenation, and pretty much what we're doing is we're adding these decimal, string, and integer values in one string, or in one print statement. So I'll quickly first show you with just a string. So it'll be Arav, my name is. So what you see here is that I used a plus sign, and let me quickly okay, so I used the variable name as we had specified up here. So when I run this, let's quickly delete all of this. We get that my name is Arav. You see that Python adds the variable name to the string my name is. Now if we didn't have this space here, it would not include the space in the final output. So let's make sure to include that. Alright, now let's take these other two variables that we had assigned. Plus my grade is, let's make sure to have that space, plus grade, and then plus, and a random number is plus random decimal number. So you can see that we use the variable grade and random decimal number. So now let's run this. We see an error. This is because you cannot concatenate a string and an integer. Instead, what we can do though is use commas. So let me just quickly get that back, and let's replace the spaces with commas. Sorry, not the spaces, the pluses with commas. Now let's run it. And here we get my name is Arav, my grade is 10, and a random number is 4.2. What we see with the commas is that the commas also automatically add a space, so we don't even need these extra spaces. That's our output. Let me quickly make it a little clearer to see. Alright, there's the output right there. So today we touched upon strings, integers, decimals, and the print statement, and concatenation. Concatenation, it's a very useful thing, as well as data types. You know what, let's quickly let's do a few more examples. So print the time is hour equals, let's say that the hour is 12, all right, and the minute is 53. So how do we go about concatenating these? And if you've gotten it, then you can watch along as I demonstrate it. So we do comma, hour, comma, and then if we want the colon in the middle, then we can put that in a string format, comma, minute. And when we run that, the time is 12:53. Great job. And now one last thing before we wrap up this video is comments. Comments are very useful for when somebody else is trying to read your code or you are trying to read your code after a long time. So here's how to do a comment in Python. It's forward slash. And then everything you put in here, so I can do print hello. Oh, sorry, it's not forward slash. Forward slash is in Java and C++, but in Python, it's actually a hashtag or a pound. So everything that we put in front of the pound will not be counted when we run our code. So as you see here, hello is never printed. Let's quickly clear and show you again. See, nothing is printed that appeared in here, and we can make that we can make great use of that. So maybe we can put a comment. Here is our introduction to Python. And then later when you're reading this code, then you'll understand that this is our introduction to Python. Alright, well, thank you for watching.